Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'd like to talk about Spanish Renaissance painter Bermejo's St. Michael Triumphs over the Devil at the National Gallery in London. So first of all, let's just give you some basic background of this painting. So this masterpiece is probably one of the most important early Spanish painting in Britain. Okay, as you can see here, I'm not going to talk too much on St. Michael's iconography and how he's usually portrayed in Western paintings because it's going to take hours and days. But this scene, as you can see, St. Michael holding his sword with his right hand, smiting down on the devil that is usually on his left hand, of his left hand side, more like on his left foot side. It's a scene taken from the Book of Revelation, which I highly recommend. Just even if you're not religious, not Christian, it doesn't matter. Go read it. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. Okay, and this has become one of the most popular subjects in art since from the Middle Ages, and so on and so forth. So it's gigantic. Okay, so this is a tall panel, and it's I think at least six foot tall, really. And oh my, it's such a detailed, you can see his armor, his face, and which we will talk about later on. As you could see that it was recently restored as well, so you could really see the extent of his mastery of technical skills. And Bermejo, he was heavily influenced by the Netherlandish school. Okay. So first of all, let's just take a look at this. Of course, the central figure, St. Michael. Again, it was not drawn or painted from real life, or maybe it was highly exaggerated because the ratio of the head to the rest of the figure is 1:14 and 1:15. So it is not supposed to be a human representation. It is supposed to be angelic representation. You can see his face is idealized, is eternal, it is youthful, it's flawless, and his gaze is so calm and cool and serene, just looking down on this beast. Okay, while smiting down hard. There's no effort in it, there's no agitation, there's no pain, there's no emotion, because he is the archangel. He's the archangel of all the archangels, right? St. Michael. It's almost like a pose, really, and you can see his beautiful, of course, the colors of the feathers, from dark red to orange to orange gold, and then red, yellow, and greens, in such exquisite details and fantastic skills. And of course, let's take a look at his breastplate here now. So obviously we have the contrast of the red and green, but look at the lights, the reflection on his breastplate. What could you see there? Okay, so at first glance, of course, well, that's a reflection, right? That reflects the luster and shines of the breastplate. But actually, well, according to National Gallery and according to, of course, art historians and scholars, the breastplate reflects the holy city of Jerusalem. Okay, as described in the book of Revelation. It's great science fiction-y, right? I mean, sure. And also you can really see, you can look at the metaphor here, the holy city, Jerusalem, as if was baked in the holy light of God, okay, at the very end. So God's light is, was painted as this golden, beautiful light, okay, this luster reflecting of St. Michael's breastplate. And you can see all the jewels and precious stones beautifully painted and depicted bit by bit, okay, stone by stone. And next, I'm just going to leave you here to admire the flattery of his drapery. Okay. As you can see from many the Renaissance paintings, the draperies are almost sculptural. Okay, and admire the folds, the shadows, the ups and downs, the valleys and spurs, and they look like a planet on their own, really, for a landscapey like, I always think. Okay, and next you could see here, that is the signature of the painter. Okay, and you can see there that his name. Okay, so quite prominently displayed. Okay, well, in the painting on a fictive parchment that is called Catalino. Okay, there's a word for it. So this fictive parchment depicted in a painting that is called a Catalino. You can see that it is at the feet of the donor and at the bottom left corner of the painting. So it reads Bertolomeus Rubius. So Rubius being the Latin equivalent of Bermejo, meaning reddish. Okay, so the painter Bermejo, he was probably a redhead. Okay, right. And here, that is the guy himself, the donor. As you can see his face, right? What can you tell me about his face here, comparing with St. Michael's face? Here it is a human face, okay? He's got wrinkles, he's got stubbles, he's got these little tiny moles and spots on his face, and he looked nervous, right? He looked a little bit grim, okay? A man looking at this scene. And you could see, and you could also see his sword and his chains, his golden chains, okay? Probably these are his status symbols. I forgot exactly what they are. Probably, well, he must be one of the courtiers or one of the knights. Okay, I thought probably he was a knight. I could bet, but do check it up, okay, for yourself. And here he's got the Bible. I remember it was a book of Psalms, but exactly which passage, if someone, actually I would love to know which exact passage was he reading, okay? And why would that particular passage of Psalms be depicted here in this painting as well? Okay, all right. And of course he looked incredibly small and very awkward looking, to be honest. You know, like a grown man, look like a child kneeling next to a useful, next to a teenager, but that happens to be St. Michael, who was 10 times taller than him. You know, as I thought of mine was, you know, this painting look, you know, I mean, lots of, you know, paintings during this age, you know, they look like illustrations more than, well, I mean, of course they have this powerful illustrative quality to their work. And here that is the Psalms. And here, fine, of course, we have got to look at the beast itself. Right, so right, okay, so the devil, okay, the beast, he's obviously made of how many animals? Could you guys spot some of the animals that so he's got more than one face, right? And by the way, you know, this depiction, you could check that out from the book of Revelation. Yes, he got seven heads, okay? All these sharp teeth, and his torso, his upper body is form of a second face, with the eyes that look like female breasts as well. Let's not go into you know, the sexism in the past, shall we? But another snakes coming out from the mouth in the stomach. Okay. His elbows, you can see there are reptiles or reptilian animals at his elbows, and he's got wings, okay, bird's wings somewhere. Oh yeah, on his joints, okay, and his tail looks like a crocodile. Yeah, his tail looks like a crocodile, which sort of wraps around St. Michael's calf as well. Okay, all right. So obviously, I'm pretty sure, you know, this painting and it has inspired Hollywood. Okay, it's rather kind of, you know, when it is just that's why it is so brilliant, this painting. One of a kind at that time, I'm pretty sure, along with Bosch, maybe. So I hope that you've enjoyed my rather really poorly made video. I'm sorry, because I'm trying to struggle iMovie with the sequence of pictures and with my description as well. And well, you know, so hopefully next time will be slightly better. But if you're interested, go to National Gallery. Of course, if just see in front, see in your real life, you know, see in as well as the real life of the real painting as well. You always see that, because you know, as if in a painting, it's got his life on his own. Aside from his chemical and physical life we're talking about, but you know, there's something that that, you know, a pixelated screen, no matter how much you can zoom in, is this still not the same? Okay, all right. And I'll probably have to stop by now, because I'm kind of like all this. It's amazing that if you have stayed with me for so long. So out of all these, well, gosh, how many paintings are there at National Gallery? These national treasures. Of course, if you are here in London uh, for more than a month, let's say, for example, you don't have to rush. You don't have to see everything at once. You can't simply, I think one thing about going to gallery and admiring art is about it's about slowing down. It's about, taking your time to. I mean, not it's not like you have to be an expert or anything like that. It takes years. So, but it's really about, just staying off from all these, instant, instant consumption of culture. Culture has become fast food, I think. But looking at these wonderful works, these that really slows us down, and if you could just you don't have to look everything at once. It is impossible. Even though the National Gallery they have the different suggestions, right? Different routes that you could follow, but oh gosh, still there's just no way that you could really take everything in at once. And if normally I would just if you happen to stay here a bit longer or stay in any major European cities, Paris, and Louvre and Hermitage, or in Germany or Netherlands, and we look at Rembrandt, for example. I mean, for me, I could normally look at one or two artists, one or two painters in one go, and then that's pretty much I could tank, really. Otherwise, just too overwhelming. It's too much to digest, to understand, and it takes a lifetime, really, sometimes. And every time when you go back, there's something new coming up, and I think that's why it's so wonderful. All right, but I better just stop babbling on, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.